How in the hell was I born in a generation where it was a lot harder to 100% everything? I did not realize this generation got so lucky with its system. I forgot how. Wow. Uh, uh, I wonder if people are gonna notice how much a lot has changed. I mean, I'm glad that I'm going back to my childhood, but my God, there's a lot of things I did not realize that need to be optimized. And I'm glad that I'm single again. Because if I was in a relationship with Echo, she would not understand what path this is. Like, yeah, I don't know what the little guy did to make me not make me forget about her, but it's helping me like focus on what I'm trying to look for. And I think I got a basic idea on how my childhood was like. I got SpongeBob. I just needed to list down some of the Adventure Time stuff because I know that show impacted my life. Uh, Sonic is kind of like complicated. I gotta be careful with the Mario franchise because that realm got affected by her influence, and I gotta figure out how Woody actually became an impact on my life. Crazy, honestly, that those five were my very first characters I came up with, and it was just from a kid's imagination. It's crazy. I did not realize that Nicktoons Racing was a more harder game than I originally remembered. I was surprised that I got far as a kid. Ugh, man. Well, the con, I'm kind of like, I haven't gotten any sleep ever since. I guess the only thing that I actually need to work on is, yeah, the only thing I gotta like think about is I have to like carefully order them in terms of like how history and the tiniest details on why I actually have my personal world and into the current situation. There was like a lot of key details I didn't realize back then. It really explains why I have this attitude of been there, done that situation. I don't know. It's quite interesting to be honest. All one childhood experience was enough for me to establish on what my Animal Crossing character is in a nutshell. That's crazy. Then again, I think it would also apply the same thing to Kaizo as well, since he is a prototype. I just don't know exactly on what type of prototype it is, because I ended up having a lot of prototypes. I know I can't get all of them in 1 month. This one is definitely gonna like take a whole while to get everything done. To the point where I think it's best if I just like have it as an optional quest. I mean, it's literally just a prologue before my actual story began. The official story started in Animal Crossing New Leaf. And then again, I guess my Animal Crossing villager was so mysterious for years that I haven't really thought of the question, does he know the Golden Age? In fact, does he even know what the Golden Age was like? Because I remember I created him after I just left behind my childhood. The only thing I can remember is I was just playing New Leaf when the 3DS hits, and for the longest time I just had my DSi for quite some time now. And I gotta be honest, I kinda like lost track of how long I've been indoors or how long I was trapped here. That I think I got used to the silence. I don't know. Ever since it's weird. It's honestly weird. Even like for like a broken man that just got broken up, it's still a weird feeling that I got a lot of time to reflect. I already reflected on my mistakes in the relationship. I already gone through the negative side of what Echo was like, the flaws of myself, the dangers of myself, the the potential future that I could have. Even huh, took me took me that long to ask myself what exactly am I, or is there like a lot more to myself than I originally anticipated. All I know is I know Echo should trust this avatar variant out of all the avatar variants that I have. And her biggest enemy is Kaizo. That is all I know for now. There's a huge difference between the two. I guess I'm really hoping she understands which one's the right one. Because if she believes in the wrong version, then she would honestly seem actually see me what she assumed I was. Because I haven't explored myself in years, and even when I was together with her, there were still a lot of restrictions that I had to go when I was with her. And I didn't even realize there was like a lot. Half of me was actually restricted because of her. And it wasn't even intentional too. I just discovered that just recently. Like as I'm discovering like things I didn't know about myself and things that the little guy shared and learned was parts that I forgot that existed. It also like answers why I'm not too bothered by what Echo did or what Echo was, or even the word Echo in general. It's interesting. I don't know. This is probably the first time I'm not thinking about her all the time. I have to think about what I'm curious about. I wonder how long does it took for her to like get me to that. Cause it's interesting that I completely forgot how focused I was with myself. How did I manage from focusing myself to focus on her? I can't even speak properly when I'm casually talking. How did I went from thinking myself to thinking about her? She must have done something that made me think of her all the time. I know it's not love, and I can confirm that I was obsessed with her, like throughout that broken relationship. And if the little guy is infected, then it must have been something that actually hit home run. I guess. I'm just yeah. This is an interesting question that I should probably be asking. How exactly did Echo impress me in the first place? She was just. It's a weird question for me to ask, honestly. Wait, oh, that little shit. Oh, it's not the real Echo. He's not. Is the future version of her that he's expecting. Oh my god. What exactly was he thinking? He knows it's not possible. He knows that outcome is not gonna come. No wonder I can't remember. No wonder I can't think of Echo at all. He's saving his energy for something bigger. Cause I would, cause it was way more suspicious that Kaizo is not even done with her yet. And The fact that the the little guy's response is to do nothing about it and just ignore Echo really means that there is something he sees in her that Kaizo don't. And the only thing I can think of around based on how he actually fucks with people, it's just how I think it's just time strained. Just yeah, just something related to time in general. He always has this habit of doing certain things that ticks people off for some reason. Another thing is doing something that is related to what they're doing, or based on the, the based on the Pacific Guardians he has, or my guess is he's specifically targeting one person in particular, which, if I have to guess correctly, based on his accusations, he is trying to target a part of Echo that hasn't been revealed yet. Which is creepy, and even I'm not even too sure if it's possible, but I don't know. I don't know. The little guy's mindset is pretty weird. Okay, I just started like talking about my childhood, and then for some reason, I reverted back to Echo. I thought the little guy made me forget about Echo, but apparently it's not the real Echo. And of course, it's not the past Echo, it is a future Echo that I'm not fully aware of for some reason. And why exactly am I calm about it this time? I never really asked myself about that. So I was talking about Adventure Time, and then I was talking about like how horrible Nick Team Racing was. Um, if I had to guess correctly based on what my therapist told me and what my past life was, I know my story is almost over. This is the arc where the little guy is actually showing on what type of character he is and why he shouldn't be messed with at all. And I think what this couple of months have taught me is just how much lore that my own self had throughout the years. Because all I remember from the past was I was suffering from self identity. I know I had a lot of commitment issues, and based on what the little guy sees in the future, usually exactly usually exactly the same as how he felt about Echo in that relationship. He must have saw something in her that I wasn't aware of. Why won't he tell me on what type of character he is? I know he is an omni being. I know half of the things he said is true. He's just being a dick to Echo for some reason. He's that petty. Even I'm confused of what exactly he's trying to say. Because, one, he definitely has attachment issues, so we can't leave everything, so we can't easily leave everything behind. So it makes sense that he would actually panic over when Echo actually decided to have a breakup with me, which at first it was reasonable, but over time there was like a lot of loopholes I even like found out myself. And some things doesn't like add up to what she says too, but I instantly just dismissed that over time because there's no point in it anymore. Two, it also answered the question on where Auntie Jocelyn was throughout the years of that entire relationship. He was just using her image just to break me. Which, that alone is pretty suspicious too on why he kept using her image when he doesn't even need her anymore. Three, why specifically he targeted that avatar variant out of all the avatar variants that I have. Like, I made sure Jada was locked away for years. And for of course, this is the only time I'm magically vulnerable to like getting into like a deadly situation too. I'm honestly getting better at just maintaining like my thoughts and everything. I pretty much got a system, and but yet I still am trapped in this willow tree that I know Echo won't come back for at all. And and now I'm realizing the little guy has more control of my brain than even me. There's like there's like something the little guy's trying to hide from the audience that he's afraid to share. Because I know it's related to Echo for some reason. I can tell he just won't admit it. But if he's not gonna tell me, then I have to play his game at this point. If I have to guess correctly, based on how he's been treating Echo recently, at first glance he sees her as his enemy. But oh, but digging through the scary mask, he was sad, which is known extremely common when it comes to grieving. He definitely hasn't forgotten about Palette. Sprocket was already proved that he already broke whatever Kaizo had planned. Tomoki is the only character that he kept alive and was forced to kill Isaac. And he trusts my anti-avatar to kill Kaizo instead of Echo. And whatever he saw in that text message that Echo sent me, he felt like more disappointed than grieving. And based on how he's been treating me lately, he just wanted to protect me from her in particular. Like, he saw something in her that made her feel like she's hostile to me for some reason, even though it's supposed to be the other way around. I don't know. It's kind of weird that the little guy is trying this hard just to make sure that my life is fine. He's not planning to exploit her. He did. Her arc is over. She doesn't even have to like stick around. But for some reason, it still fills in a bigger gap than what it originally was. It's like, based on my observation, everywhere I go, there's always a reminder of Echo, and he always gets frustrated every time. What would Echo react if she was in my position? Because this is something that is so bizarre. I'm healed. I moved on for the relationship. I have a system, but why exactly is the little guy trying to hold on to what Echo showed me? It's all in the past. I'll probably like ask him. He probably got like too tired. He got extremely tired of like uploading the 4 videos, and I got like, and I gotta keep an eye out for any future like attacks from Kaizo. But huh. Hey, hey, wake up! It's it's 5 in the morning. Hello, hello. It's sorry to wake you up. Well, I got like a couple of questions for you. Is Echo fully gone from this arc? So there is no way for her to return to Eternia, right? And there is no way for her to like recover everything. So you just straight up lied to Echo again, did you? What? Okay, so let me get this straight. Around a couple of episodes ago, you confirmed that Echo's arc is over. Just trying to repair this. She failed the mission of trying to repair on why I'm actually overreacting from like a couple of months, making her like an outcaster nowadays, right? But is her reputation fully gone? So there's parts of her that is still in Eternia that even she doesn't know. If I was in her shoes right now, I would be fucking furious right now. Because I thought I specifically told you to leave her alone. So, so you are just not bothering her at all. You're you're just doing your own thing. It's just the damage and unresolved stuff she had behind is the one you're focused on. Well, it's kind of hard for you to actually make it hard to understand since no one knows your personal history, man. Like, it's it is kind of hard for the audience to literally relate to if you actually think about it. So, do you know where I'm? So, you know where this is going. I already I already asked myself that. Yes. So I want to ask you about something that's been bothering me for months. And I want you to be honest with me and the audience. Is Is Echo fully gone in Eternia? There's no way, no ifs or buts, completely gone from the story. Could you please be more specific? What do you mean there's a slim chance she will return? And that is... Oh my god. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? You know she fucking hates that. You know she fucking hates that shit, right? And we're strangers to her now, right? Well, let me get this straight. You understand, we're both strangers now. There is no way for us to connect. Yet you still believe there is a... Yet you still believe that she will return at some point, right? Well, could you at least be more nicer to her about this shit? Cause one, I can instantly tell both of us are making her frustrated in her day-to-day life. Two, I don't know what the fuck you're actually thinking that you actually see that she's gonna return at some point when we both agreed that she's never coming back. And three, this is my story, not hers, right? And that's a good thing because is this one of your intuition shit again? I can't even complain about that. You're always right about something. So, what? Since that's the case, what do you see in her for some reason? What? The answer is in front of her? That is. Oh. You gotta work on your answers, dude. What do you mean it's right in front of her? She has no idea what you're talking about. Okay, realizing is a different situation. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, you don't need to go that far. Okay, I honestly want to like change I just want to like change topics. You're you're literally just straight up admitting you haven't forgotten about Echo at all, and you're like so worried about her, dude. Like, stop. I just want to move on. So, aside from her, do you know anything about the golden age? Since oh right, yeah, I should probably like tell you about it. I should probably tell you about it. So you should probably like set up a seat before I actually gotta like log off.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna tell you the origin story about the Golden Age. So let me just like set up the. Wow, you're that excited to learn about the Golden Age, huh? Well, okay. Um, so when I was a kid, I was. Well, to be fair, it was a confusing timeline. There was no efficient way to order the proper games that was supposed to be like in order. It was that long ago. It was that long ago to the point where it's considered ancient. Which says a lot on why you always have that mindset of just grinding things in general. You just got used to the habit of what you've just been known for. It's fine. If you're concerned if she would have been happy with it, no. She probably feel like she would probably have a different reaction after what you've been telling her, and everything that she encountered. I never told her about that. I never told her about that era because I was just afraid of just showing that side of me to her. I know there's nothing wrong with it, but it's, it used to be like frowned upon back in the day. Nowadays, just it's fine as it is, which I still find it weird. Well, at least we both have the time in the world to properly focus on what we need to explain. No, yeah, I should probably like get ready for the day.